And the Mariners lose today again, this time by more than a run, 8-6, as Cal Raleigh homers twice for 25th and 26th home runs of the season for the major league lead. He homered for a 3-run homer in the first inning to make it 3-0 Mariners. Then JP drove in a run in the top of the second. It was 4-0 Mariners. Chris Taylor hit a solo homer. Okay, whatever. Joe Adele hit a solo homer. Whatever. It's 4-2. Then Taylor Ward reached on an error that ended up scoring Zach Neto, where it was a missed catch error by Rowdy Tellez. It is what it is. Then Chris Taylor doubled to center fielder Leody Tavares to score Taylor Ward. It made it 4-4. Then Joe Adele homered for his second homer, made it 5-4. Luis Castillo's third home run he given up 2 home runs all season. He gave up 3 today. Then in the bottom of the fifth, Taylor Ward doubles, scored a run. Then in the top of the sixth, Cole Young singles on a line drive to right fielder Chris Taylor. Miles Masterboni scores. That is Cole Young's second career hit. Then the bottom of the sixth, Zach Neto singled to score Luis Rengifo. Then Joe Adele singled to score Chris Taylor. Then the top of the ninth, Cal hit a solo dump. Castillo went 5 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, struck out 5. Unfortunately, gave up 3 home runs to go to a 3.31 ERA on the season. Jackson Coar came in, did 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit, a run. It was earned, walked 3, and struck out 1. Trenton Thornton came in to finish off the game for the final 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, walked 1, no strikeouts, but he got out of the jam that Coar got us into, which was really unfortunate. Angels pitching, Konkowitz, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 4 runs, 4 of them earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run. And the Mariners had 2 home runs today. Then the Brogdon got the win with 1 2/3 innings pitched, walking 1, striking out 2. Then a hold for Narrison, Burke, and Detmers and Zephyron. And Jansen got the save. Detmers struck out Cal today, but Cal went 2 for 5 with 4 ribbies, 2 strikeouts. J.P. Crawford got on base 3 times today. Really good for him. Polanco got on base once with a hit, once with a walk, so a lot better for him. Julio was 2 for 2 and got pulled out of the game after he took a ball off the shin. We're waiting on word on how that goes. Leody Tavares came in and was an absolute disaster class in center field, botching a catch that had a 99% catch probability per StatCast. Rosarena had 3 hits and a strikeout. Rowdy Tellez 0 for 3. Dylan Moore filled in for him 0 for 2. Masterboni 1 for 2. Salado 0 for 1. Cole Young 2 for 4 with an RBI. So super happy for him. And Ben Williamson win for 3. So the Mariners did a lot better on terms of offense. And on the defensive side of the ball, they looked horrible. If the Mariners didn't have the 2 errors that led to runs scoring, the Mariners would probably be playing extra innings right now. At the postgame press conference just now, Dan Wilson said that Julio Rodriguez is currently day to day with negative X-rays. It just looks like a contusion. Very unlikely he plays tomorrow with a day game, 1 o'clock Eastern or 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern time. I wouldn't be surprised to see Julio also not play on Monday either, just based on that. He was in a lot of pain walking off the field, and I thought it could have been an ankle break or something like that. Thankfully, it's not as bad as it could have been. But as we reassess, we'll know more. I do expect the Mariners are going to have to do something to pick up another outfielder. I know Luke Raley is getting closer to coming back, but he's going to need a rehab start, and Victor Robles is out until September. So with that, we can't have a right fielder in him come in to play center field. So that's an unfortunate reality of the situation. Now, the Mariners actually today out hit the Angels. The Mariners walked just 2 fewer times than the Angels. The Mariners did strike out 3 more times than the Angels. But the big thing that happened today was the Mariners committed 2 errors. And also Julio getting hit by the Randy ball likely cost the Mariners a run because it was a hard hit. It probably would have been at least a face hit, and Julio was almost at third as it was hitting him. So I do believe that would have brought the Mariners to 8-7. So something along those lines, and that would be without one of those errors. We're probably at 7-6. Mariners win. So or 7-7 or So it's one of those things where it's a complete game. It's not just what you do with the bat. It's not just what you do with the ball when you're pitching it. It's how do you control the wild pitches? How do you control the errors in the field? How do you make sure that you make the catches that you need to make? Are you playing gold glove level defense? That doesn't matter. Are you playing the defense that they expect an average fielder making average effort to do? Is what matters. And today, Leody Tavares and Rowdy Tellez did not. Rowdy Tellez, I'm going to give him a bit of a pass because it was just one single mistake, and he's a big target at first base, and he does really well. Leody Tavares has proven that he is a net negative for this team right now. His bat is bad, and his defense is bad, and he did not look ready to play. And every day that you go into that baseball stadium, even if you're not in the starting lineup, you need to be ready to play. Remember, years ago in 2022, the Mariners in that 18 inning playoff loss to Houston, we brought in a starting pitcher in the 18th inning because he needed to be ready to play. And he knew he needed to be ready to play because he knew that he needed to do whatever he needed to do to help his team win. Unfortunately, we didn't win. It was a solo home run in the bottom of the 18th, or the top of the 18th, but it is what it is. And Leody Tavares was not ready to play baseball today. And it's genuinely unfortunate that that happened. Leody Tavares, I think, is probably going to be first man off the roster when Luke Raley comes back, or the Mariners will be looking towards the waiver wire or a trade over the next few days to see if they can do something to bolster the outfield, especially if Julio has to play as the designated hitter sometimes, because that's going to cause some issues with having Jorge Polanco in the lineup. There's so many different issues that we're going to have. Or we bring up Samad Taylor, who can play center field and has a slightly better bat than Leody Tavares, at least from what I can tell. But it was just a bad game. And the game took 3 hours, 15 minutes. It ended about 10 minutes ago as I'm filming this at 1:05 p.m. Really unfortunate that it took that long. There was a lot of offense. There was 27 hits. We were 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. I don't know what the Angels were with runners in scoring position. I didn't look because I was just more focused on, is Julio okay? Will he be able to play tomorrow? Unlikely. Will he be able to play again this season? Very likely. Also, we're hoping he can avoid an IL stint, but obviously Dan said they'll readjust tomorrow. But X-rays being negative and it just being a slight contusion is
And again,
promising.
thank you for tuning into the videos. Don't forget that you can also see me on Patreon at Sammy5436, where it's $1 a month. I also am seeable on Instagram at Sammy54361, TikTok at Sammy5436, I'm on Blue Sky at Sammy5436, though I don't use that often. I believe I'm on Tumblr at Sammy5436, but I haven't used that in at least a year. And you can find me at my business email, thetrapezoidtalks5436 at gmail.com. Any information you need to send to those business emails will be looked at. I generally look at my business email on Wednesdays and Sundays, so just do be advised that I do not always have the ability to respond immediately, but if you do send an email to my business email, and as long as it's not offensive, I will respond if it's something I'm interested in with something positive, and if it's something I'm not interested in, I will thank you for your email and go ahead and say that there may be a future opportunity for us to collaborate if that's something you're interested in.